tell you everything. How about that? You're Devon?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. We gotta kind of step back here a little bit. I'm gonna tell you some bad news. Your ex-boyfriend, is it? Ex-husband?
I just call him my son's dad.
Son's dead.
We were never married, but
he died today.
What? How? What happened?
Someone shot him in the face.
In the face?
This is Devon Schriener, 26. 3 hours earlier, her car was caught on a Ring camera across the street from Jason Schaer's mail truck. 5 shots. Her USPS scanner had been frozen at her boyfriend's house the entire time Jason was being killed. AJ, a correctional officer who reads Miranda for a living, is downstairs in another room right now. In 3 hours, he will hand the postal inspector a verbatim confession that Devon planned it, pulled the trigger, and was on the phone with him while she did. Jason Schaer was a U.S. Postal Service letter carrier in Longmont, Colorado. He shared custody of his 5-year-old son 50-50 with Devon. Their son's 6th birthday was the following week. 2 days before Jason died, he had filed a motion for modified parenting time. He'd also recently started dating Devon's 19-year-old sister, Rosa. That Wednesday at 12:32 p.m. near Heather Hill Circle and Renaissance Drive, Jason stepped out of his delivery van to a community mailbox cluster. A shooter ran up to him on the sidewalk, fired 5 rounds, and sped off. 3 rounds hit his face. He died there, in uniform, on a residential sidewalk in the middle of the day. Within minutes, detectives had Devon at the top of the list. The parenting time motion. The fact that she had been fired from the Longmont post office 2 weeks earlier over a dispute with Jason, and the post office had kept Jason and let Devon go. And the affair. Devon had been on and off for 13 years with Andrew A.J. Richie, a married federal correctional officer at Englewood FCI in Denver. He stayed at Devon's place the night before the murder and told his wife he was working. Detectives asked both of them to come to the Boulder PD station that evening. Detective Desmond would take Devon first. Inspector Ken would follow up. Down the hall, Inspector Chris and Detective Burns would take AJ. Neither knows what the other is saying. Both are sitting under hidden cameras. Here is what the detectives already have. 1. Devon's Nissan Rogue with a missing front passenger hubcap on a Ring camera across the street at 12:06 p.m., 6 minutes before the shooting. 2. The actual shooting on a Ring doorbell. Shooter's build matches Devon, not AJ. 3. Devon's USPS scanner. GPS shows it sitting motionless for 3 hours at AJ's house while her real car was 30 miles south in Longmont. 4. AJ's cell phone pinged along Jason's mail route the entire morning. 2 days earlier, his phone pinged the same neighborhood, a scouting run. 5. Devon and AJ were on the phone with each other for almost 2 hours and 40 minutes that morning. They hung up minutes after the shooting. Detective Desmond walks Devon into the interview room. She has spent the last 10 minutes in the hallway making it clear she is here for her son and nothing else.
I'll tell you everything. How about that? You're Devon?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. We gotta kind of step back here a little bit. I'm gonna tell you some bad news. Your ex-boyfriend, is it? Ex-husband?
I just call him my son's dad.
Son's dead.
We were never married, but
he died today.
What? How? What happened?
Someone shot him in the face.
In the face? Where?
On his postal route.
He was working today? He doesn't...
Yep. Yeah, he was working, and someone came up and shot him.
When did this happen?
12:32 today.
Watch what the next 30 seconds do not contain. No "oh my God," no question about whether their son knows, no question about Jason's family. She picks up almost immediately on logistics: when, where, what time. The detective is the one slowing the rhythm to give her room to react. She doesn't take it.
When did this happen?
12:32 today.
It is 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So it's kind of a long story. You know, in 2021 in July, they changed all of the laws saying we have to record everything in police work. If we don't, then we get punished and everything. And I got a lot to tell you, a lot to share with you. I want to tell you that your son's safe right now. But I want to read you your rights just so you know about it. Let you know that we're recording this because we have to. We have to record everything. And just so don't play any games with you, because I don't like to play games with people.
Read me my rights?
Yeah, just to get it out of the way.
For what reason?
Well, it's your son's dad died today, and so please typically look at the butler or the ex or somebody who owes him a lot of money. So we want to at least ask you some questions about him, do our due diligence. I don't think he has a butler, so we got to rule the butler out. So we at least got to ask you some questions about how he died. Maybe you know something about it.
I was at work today.
Okay, perfect. You got a good excuse. Shouldn't be a big deal. But I want to ask you about it. I want to exonerate you if possible, and then move on to the next suspect. Do my job and see, work. I mean, I'm sure you're concerned about his death and you want to investigate it fully.
I was at work today. Perfect. You got a good excuse. Desmond is locking her into the alibi on tape. Every contradiction that follows now belongs to her, in her own voice, on the record.
Yeah. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So let me read you your rights, just so you know what they are. Have you ever seen cop shows?
Yeah.
They're on like every night. And these are the same rights. I'm going to read them to you, although you probably know them. Maybe see. So let me read them to you. Can I still call you Devon, right?
Yes.
All right, Devon, let's get through this. Devon, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer. Prior to any questioning, to have him or her, it's kind of a sexist norm, present during any questioning. If you desire the presence of a lawyer and cannot afford to hire one, the court will appoint one to represent you without any charge. You can decide any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Devon, do you understand these rights that it's found here?
Yes.
And having these rights in mind, can I talk to you now?
Yes.
And will you sign this for me? Give me your John Hancock. Where are you working?
She waves. She signs the form. She is now legally on the clock, and she still has not asked a single question about Jason. Not how, not where, not why.
This case.
I need to see my son.
We need to figure out what's going on and how your husband, how your baby's father died. So we're not going to let the son go just yet.
Wait, he doesn't need to go, but if he can can I at least see him first?
Right now, no.
Why?
Right now, no. Because we got to figure out if the butler killed your the baby daddy's son, or if you killed the baby daddy's son, or if the bookie killed him, or if it's a random person killed him. I don't know who killed him, and I don't want to turn over the ex to the baby until I know that everything's legit and that you're calm and that you're rational and you're not a crazy person, because I've never met you before.
I'm not calm.
Yeah.
My son was taken. Nobody told me that anything happened. My son was taken from school by either police, and I was not informed, or by somebody who is not legally allowed to pick him up from school.
Yeah. So here's what's going on.
She is not calm. And the detective just said it out loud. You're not calm. The first beat of pressure has landed, and she's still arguing logistics, not asking about the father of her child.
So, he was born in 15, so I've known him since, like, October, November of 2014.
Okay. Good relationship? Have the police been to your house every week? How would you describe that? I mean, people date and they break up. How was your relationship?
It was never great. I mean, it started out okay, and then we had him, and I mean, it wasn't great. He left us when it was 6 months. He moved out, and we tried, I guess, a couple of times to work things out, but it never worked.
Okay. I don't want to get up in your business and know all that, but police aren't there every day. Nothing.
No.
Just a bad relationship that didn't take off the ground.
I had filed a restraining order against him back in, I don't know, 2015, 2016 at the end or the beginning of the year. I don't remember. We had an altercation, and I asked him to leave my house because he wasn't living there anymore, and he got a little physical while I was holding my son, and he was an infant at the time. And so I filed it to get him to back off a little bit, and when I went to make it permanent, they're like, you know how hard this is going to be, like, if you make it permanent, like, it's going to be really hard to do transitions because he has partial custody and all of this stuff, so that's going to be really hard, like, you understand that, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was a new mom, like, I couldn't do it by myself, and
raise your kids is tough.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't, hopefully that won't happen again, and so I didn't make it permanent.
Okay, well, that's understandable.
She has just put on record that Jason was the dangerous one. Hold that. It is the seed she will need later when the detective asks about motive. Now Desmond starts laying out what they have.
Longmont's an awesome department to work for. When we have a homicide, we have all of our property crime detectives go out. We have all of our person crime detectives go out. We have all of our undercover detectives go out. We have all of our gang and crime suppression units go out. We have a lot of people in this case, and we've worked the case quite a bit. I don't pretend to know everything that happened, but there are some things that are really kind of concerning me. We saw your car in the area of the crime scene. Your car was a Nissan Rogue that is missing a front passenger front hubcap. We caught your car on a license plate reader a little while ago with your license plate, and it has that front passenger hubcap missing. Sure enough, in the videos around the crime scene, that car is there with that front passenger bumper or hubcap missing. You said you're at work today, but your scanner goes off before the homicide and turns back on well after the homicide, and they track your scanner that you use at work to your boyfriend's house, AJ. So that's really kind of concerning. And we caught the shooting on one of the Nest doorbell cameras from across the street. So I'm really kind of concerned. I know that you got served just the other day with the child custody order, and you're a little upset about that. You told AJ, you told Devon in the past that AJ knows where you live, and that he'll shoot you if he needs to.
I've told who?
You told that to Devon, and Devon told that to your house, your sister. Yeah. Well, Jason heard that from you, and then Jason told Rose that.
3 pieces of evidence in 90 seconds. Watch what she does. She does not ask to see any of it. She does not say, that's not my car. She negotiates around individual pieces.
That AJ knows where you live, Jason, and AJ will shoot you, Jason. You said that.
I said that? I've never said that.
So why is your car in the crime scene area? Why are you in that area in your car, and why are you turning off your scanner?
I didn't turn off my scanner.
You did.
No, I did not.
Postal inspectors are here.
Turn off my scanner.
You didn't go with the scanner. The scanner's at your boyfriend's house, or somewhere in that area, in front of it, or in a bush somewhere in that area. It wasn't with you. Okay, they have a breadcrumb trail on GPS on your scanner. Yes. And the postal inspectors were here, and they said, before the homicide, you're not doing anything with the scanner. It's stationary for like 3 hours or more. and it should be mobile because you're working, but it's at your boyfriend's house. And why is your car in the crime scene area? We've got video of your car in the crime scene area.
I don't know why it would be on camera that my car was down there, but I don't.
Listen.
If I don't scan
packages,
then obviously I'm not doing that. But I did stop I did stop at his house for my lunch break, sort of.
Devon, I think you're a good person, but something's not right here. I think the gig is out. There's something weird going on here. Everything is pointing to you being involved in this shooting. People don't go around just shooting postal people.
I work for the post office, and I have before, and I have been.
Supposedly you're on video 2 weeks ago breaking into the Longmont post office. That's a separate
didn't
issue.
Break in. I work for the post office. I'm
Not
allowed to
that branch.
go in.
But who cares about that? That's just a stupid burglary.
Burglary?
Yeah. Let's talk about the homicide. Why?
Her car in Longmont, her body at AJ's house at the same time. Both cannot be true. She has just contradicted her own alibi without noticing. Desmond did.
Why are you, what's your involvement in this? Because I think there's a lot more than you're telling us. The video of the shooter looks kind of like you. It's from a distance, but it looks like your height and your build. It doesn't look like AJ's height and build. It doesn't look like Castaneda's height and build. It looks like your build with a black hoodie. Now, we're going to search your house. We're going to search your car. We're going to seize your car. We're going to do a gunshot residue test on you.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we're not going to leave any stone unturned, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. And this is your out to tell me what type of involvement you have, because it's very concerning. Your car being there, you turning your scanner, not bringing your scanner, and GPS not moving during the homicide. You're getting served just the other day with custody papers.
I got an email about it saying that they were going to file something.
On like the 11th. You had to serve with some sort of court notice of change in custody, something.
Well, I just got an email saying that we were going to have to go to court for it.
Okay. So what's going on here? Are you behind this homicide? Is AJ behind the homicide? We got two different cars, it looks like.
Two different cars?
Yeah, it looks like there's a car leaving the scene of the crime. Maybe it's just a witness who saw the shooting and is getting out of there. Maybe it's the shooter. But we saw your car in there moments before the shooting. And there can't be that many Nissan Rogues that are 2017 that are missing the front passenger hubcap. So you're involved in this, okay? And I want to know what your involvement is. Did a boyfriend try to tell you that he's going to take care of this? Were you involved in it? Because someone is there doing this. It's not a random shooting. And so the gig is up, okay?
I read on the way here about what happened, and they said that a man shot him.
That's what we originally thought. Yeah. Now we're thinking it could be you. We're thinking it could be maybe a boyfriend. Thank you.
She is 5'5". AJ is a 6-foot correctional officer. The shooter on the ring footage is roughly 5'5" with a black hoodie. The math is in the air now. Desmond gives her an out. Not a real one, a structured one. He is going to offer her the chance to say AJ did it. Things got out of hand. She didn't mean for him to kill anyone. This is the moment he is checking which way she'll twist.
Now we're thinking it could be you. We're thinking it could be maybe a boyfriend. Thank you. That's not the question. That's not the right answer. We're trying
what am I supposed to say?
We're trying to get all this evidence together. We're trying to put the pieces together. And I don't think you're being truthful with me. And I want to know why your car's there, why you're not using the scanner, why the scanner was left there. It looks like you're involved in this. So tell me why you're not involved in this. The whole thing about staying at your boyfriend's house for 3 hours doesn't seem very credible to me. So I'm asking you, did you have AJ do something? Do you think AJ was involved in something like this? Do you think
no.
Castaneda? Or if not, maybe it looks like it's you.
Castaneda, I don't...
The other boyfriend? Castaneda?
Well, I know who that is. I just don't understand how he's...
I don't know, one of your boyfriends. one of your associates. Someone killed your ex, and we want to find out who it is. It seems like you're involved. Your car is there. You left your scanner with GPS back at AJ's house. Your ex, who you've said AJ would kill, is now dead.
I've never said that.
Well, I don't care. I wasn't there. I'm not. That's what Rosa said, but I don't care. I didn't hear that. That's what Rosa's saying. It could have just been a off the cuff remark. But we're gonna do a gunshot.
It
test.
could be her being like, "Hey."
We're gonna do a gunshot residue test on
What do you
you.
mean A?
No, we're gonna do a gunshot residue test on you to see if you have any. When you fire a gun, all this gunshot powder comes out and it covers you. It covers your face, your hair, your clothes, your hands. Have you been around any guns lately? Have you been shooting anything lately?
No.
So we do a gunshot residue test. It's going to come back negative.
It better.
Listen,
I feel like
I'm trying to figure out if you did this or if someone else did this. And my bet is you have someone else involved in this, maybe a friend. And so I'm trying to figure out if you talk to me about this. I don't think this is a coincidence that your ex got shot in the face today. It looked like a hit. Looks like someone pulled up, ran out, shot him, ran back to the car, sped off, fired 5 times.
Maybe my boyfriend. She offers AJ up immediately. Not AJ wouldn't do that, just maybe my boyfriend. Desmond's thank you is the line you say when you've heard exactly what you needed to hear.
Out, shot him, ran back to the car, sped off, fired 5 times. He died right there. So I'm going to take this seriously, and I want to exonerate you to have nothing to do with this. I don't want to arrest you if you didn't do this. Does that make sense? I don't want to arrest anyone that didn't do a crime. But your car is there. Your car is there. You turned your scanner off. Your GPS, well, you didn't turn it off. We're not going to mince words. You left your scanner at your boyfriend's house. You said you were at work all day. You're not at work.
I am at work. I'm on my route.
For like 3 hours, you left your scanner there?
I stopped. I left it in the truck while I went into the house.
And then your car is in the crime scene. That's a lot for a jury to try to swallow. So we saw the car in the area, but there's also another car. So that's why I'm thinking maybe someone else is involved. Maybe things went a little too far, and you thought maybe your boyfriend was going to rough him up, and then, oh crap, your boyfriend shot someone. And I don't want to look at you for this. There are exes out there, men, women that say, this guy's doing me dirty, go send him a message. You're not going to go fight your ex. You're not going to go punch him. That'd be too easy. But send someone else there to rough him up. And you sent him in to rough him up, and holy crap, he shot him. And maybe that's not what you were expecting. Maybe you just want him roughed up a little bit. Or he said, I'm going to go rough him up. You're like, no, don't rough him up. But let's go over there. I'm going to rough him up. Maybe you just want to kill your ex.
I don't know. But it
you
sounds
understand
like...
why that's so concerning to me.
Yes, I do understand that.
Borrow your car, help me out here.
I don't know, but it seems like with all of these things that you're going to be doing that I need to have a lawyer or ask for a lawyer, or I don't know.
Yeah, you can have a lawyer.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that.
I don't know is the answer of an innocent person if it comes once. By minute 30, it has become the only answer she has. Watch what happens next, because this is the moment she nearly cuts the interview off, and Desmond keeps going anyway, legally.
I'm going to honor
that.
I'm going to take your phone. I'm going to apply for a search warrant to search it. I'm going to have a female come in here and help you get changed out in privacy off camera, so we preserve your rights. I'm not going to ask you any more questions about this homicide. And so let's get that going, okay? I'm going to treat you with respect, and let me get that going, okay?
So Rosa's here, and is that it? Is she going through the same thing?
We've interviewed her. I don't know who's interviewing her, how they're acting her, what they've asked her, but her car is not in the scene. I really don't. You said you don't want to talk to me and you want a lawyer, and I don't want to try to trick you and say, well, keep talking to me, keep asking me questions, and we're going to abuse your rights. If you want a lawyer, stop, and that's fine. But I don't want to violate your rights. I take your rights very seriously.
That's fine. I don't. That's fine.
Let me get the Detective Jones in here.
Sure.
And she's not listening. Is Cassidy there?
Yep.
Oh. So you got the GSR kit?
Yes.
You did that for him?
Yes, I
Okay,
sure
first. Can I get you anything? Looking for anything? I don't want to be.
That is not legally a request for a lawyer, at least not in Boulder County. Desmond knows the line precisely. I need to have a lawyer inside a larger speculative sentence about evidence. That on its own does not stop the interview. He still pulls back. He stops asking about the homicide. He tells her so out loud. Her car is not in the scene. Desmond just told Devon her sister Rosa is alive and ruled out. Devon does not react. She is processing one thing in this room, and it is not her family. Desmond steps out. Inspector Ken takes the chair. 20 years of postal homicide work. A softer voice. He's going to get Devon to do the one thing Desmond couldn't, give a complete, locked-in timeline of her morning. But first, he has to clarify the lawyer ask.
All right. We're going to get this going here.
Hey, Devon.
I want to introduce you to someone real quick.
I just arrived. I'm a U.S. Postal Inspector. So my name's Ken. So I know you work for the post office and have worked for the post office.
Mm-hmm.
So because this is kind of postal related and you're working today, I wanted to chit chat with you about kind of what happened and some of your activities today, okay? I understand you may have been kind of done talking with the detective, but I wouldn't mind talking to you as an inspector to find out what's going on and what happened today.
Can we also confirm, just, you said you wanted a lawyer, but it wasn't clear. Do you want to talk to him or do you want a lawyer? Whatever you decide. I don't have any more questions, but I don't want your rights to be violated.
Sure, yeah. We weren't sure because you were kind of deciding what you wanted to do, but I'd imagine this is the husband of your child.
The father.
The father of your child. So we're just trying to get this wrapped up. We're trying to figure out what happened today, okay?
Right.
She does not say yes. She does not say no. Ken treats the ambiguity as consent and slides forward. Once she keeps answering, the law treats it as consent too.
Just let me know that, okay? But let's start off with, are you comfortable where you're sitting? Or would you rather...
I don't really care.
Okay.
I just really want my kid, and that's not happening, so.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm sorry about what's happened today. So today's been a stressful day for you, for your child. So I understand that.
I don't think you do.
Well, I can empathize with the fact that it's probably one of the worst days in your life. So
on top of what happened, my child was picked up by the police from school, and I was not contacted.
Okay.
And I know this had nothing to do with you.
I know. I understand. I'm a father. I've got kids myself. That would upset me too. But you know what? We'll make it right. You know what? When mistakes happen, we'll make them right.
I'm not allowed to see my son. Like, doesn't understand what's happened, and he was put in a police car, which he loves police, so I'm sure he was like, hey, this is fun.
Sure.
But he's traumatized. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's not allowed to see me. He's not allowed to see his father. His father's not here.
Yeah, how about as soon as we're done, let's make sure that gets scored away. I'm sure he's being taken care of right now. They have folks that would be watching him right now. But I'll make sure you see him after we chit-chat, okay? But let me start off with, how long have you worked up at the Loveland post office?
Since the end of June or the beginning of July. I don't remember my exact date.
So June or July of this year?
This year, yes.
And what do you do up there? Are you a carrier?
I'm a road carrier, yeah.
Okay. And you drive a postal vehicle?
I'm just a sub. I'm an RCA, so I don't like, I don't have a regular route, but yeah, I drive it.
Okay.
Mail truck.
As an RCA, that's a Rural Caregiver Associate.
Yeah.
So you just show up. You don't have a regular route. You just show up and they say, hey, I need you on route.
Her son's 6th birthday is next week. The man who would have been at it is dead in the street, and she is locking down her timeline without a tremor.
I work about, I don't know, 7:45, 8 o'clock
Okay. In the morning?
in the morning.
Okay.
And then,
Is that your regular start time?
yeah, we can't start before 8 o'clock.
Okay. So it was about 7:45, 8 o'clock? Okay. And then tell me about your day. What happened after you checked in? What route did you have today?
I had Route 14, but I'm assuming that you all know that since you've checked the scanners.
I haven't personally checked it, so I don't know, honestly. I know that they pulled some scanner records, which I'll talk to you about here in a bit, but I wanted to make sure I found out what was going on because there's some kind of differing information. So I wanted to make sure I talked to you first, because obviously you know what you were doing today. So about 8 o'clock you got to work, 7:45. You did route, did you say 14?
14.
And where is route 14?
It's on the north side of Loveland.
Okay. So did you case mail for a while, or how does that work?
Yes, I cased most of my route, and then I cased my route. It took everything to the street, and I started delivering about 10:30.
Okay. So you left the post office around 10:30?
Yes.
Okay. So between 8 and 10:30 you were working,
Yes.
casing your mail.
Yes.
10:30. The shooting is at 12:32. He is now walking her gently through every minute of those 2 hours.
My first stop is a CBU on Flagler or Miramont. I can't remember which one it's off of.
Okay.
But yes, I do remember which one it is.
Do you normally do it in the same kind of way each time?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have like scanner points too along the way?
No, those are only for city.
Okay, only for city. See, you're teaching me a little something. So I work primarily in the Denver area, so I'm not really sure with the geography here. But so tell me about your day. So you started scanning packages, you started your route, and then what happened?
My guy AJ, he lives on that route, and so since Wednesdays are his day off, and things are very complicated with us, I try to see him on his day off.
Okay. So you stopped by on your route,
Yes.
hang out with him. Did you do that today?
Yes, I do it every Wednesday.
Okay, every Wednesday, that's kind of your normal routine.
Yes.
What time did you get over to his place?
I don't know. I don't know exactly when I got over there.
Okay.
I wasn't really looking at the time. I was ahead of what I normally am for that day. Not by like a lot, but you know, like I'm there around, I don't know, noon, so I think I was a little bit ahead of schedule, so I was able to stop, and I was happy that I would be able to take a little bit more time to take a lunch and spend some time with them.
Okay. So is that what you actually did today then?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live?
He lives on that route. I don't know if I should give his address or not.
Okay, you don't have to. When you stopped by there, did you go in?
Yes.
And was he there?
Yes.
Okay. Does he live by himself?
No.
Okay. Does he have kids or roommates?
He has kids and a ex-wife.
Oh, okay. So his ex-wife lives there. That's probably pretty complicated.
Hence the 1 day a week.
Oh, okay. Because she's not normally there on Wednesdays?
Well, not during the day.
Oh, okay. So was she there today then?
No.
Okay. So when you showed up, was he by himself?
Yes.
Okay. And then I worked a lot of different assignments and stuff like that, so nothing will surprise me. I mean, did you guys hook up? What'd you guys do? Just you text him or call him and let him know you were stopping by?
Well, he knows that I stopped by.
Okay.
Nothing.
Even though you were early, it wasn't that big of a deal. Okay. Do you have a key to his house?
No, I have a code.
Oh, like a garage code?
It's like one of those codes that you put into the door and it like turns the lock.
Okay. Is that how you went in today?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But he was there, you guys had lunch together, you guys had pizza rolls. What'd you drink?
It's water.
Water? Did you drink water?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. And then, how long would you say you were there?
It was a very long time.
Okay, a very long time?
Normally I'm there about an hour and a half, but like I said, I wasn't too worried about it today because I didn't have to pick up my son. It wasn't my day to pick him up today, and I had some extra time, so.
Okay. So what did you guys do? I know you said you argued, but did you watch TV? Did you do any other activities?
No.
Okay. What were you guys arguing about?
Some stuff we always argue about.
Okay. Can you share it with me? I mean, trust me, I get into my fair share of arguments too. You don't have to go into detail if you don't feel comfortable.
I just, we've been trying to make things work for a while and they're not working, and we have a lot of differing views on things, I guess. Especially with his ex-wife living with him.
Okay. I'd imagine that that's a big source of frustration for you too, and for you specifically. Are they kind of doing it because it's a financial type thing, maybe?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
It's one of the problems.
Okay.
A very long time. Across the hall, AJ is telling a different inspector she was at his house about 10 minutes. The scanner GPS says 3 hours. Both stories cannot be true. None of them have to be. She calls AJ's wife his ex-wife. His wife is not his ex-wife. They're still married. That framing tells you how Devon has organized her own story to herself.
Type thing, maybe?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
It's one of the problems.
Okay. And then, how long do you think you guys argued?
I don't know. I didn't really look at the time.
Okay. What did you do when you left his house? Did he go with you? Or you were in your postal vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys, what happened after that?
We argued for a while, and then he got angry and left, and I stayed in my truck, and I was very upset, so I was crying, and I was in my truck, and waited for a while until I was able to calm down.
Mm-hmm. What made you so upset this time as opposed to any other time?
Because I'm always upset.
Okay.
It's not any different.
When he left, where did he go?
I don't know.
Okay. What car does he drive?
He drives a big Duramax truck.
Okay. Like one of those big diesel trucks? Like one of those like big mountain or big large ones?
Yes.
Okay. So he left. How long do you think you guys were together before he left?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention at the time.
Okay. So at some point he left. You were in the postal truck, and then you decided to leave too. Where did you go after that?
I just hung out for a little bit, and then I continued my route.
Okay. And how did your route continue from there? Is that actually a delivery point on your route?
I don't know what you mean by delivery point.
Did you actually deliver mail to that address?
Yes, but they're mostly CBUs.
Okay.
Or they're all CBUs in that neighborhood, so when I'm going.
Down the hall, AJ is telling Chris he was driving a Dodge Durango, the federal rental, not his black personal pickup. That is the car circling Jason's mail truck on cell tower pings. You were back in your LV and you did your route and you were getting a phone call. What did you do after you got that phone call about what happened in Longmont?
He just said that something happened to a carrier in Longmont.
Okay.
And he didn't give me any specific details, and so I said, that's terrible. Like, he was telling me about another coworker that he knew that had been threatened here there in Loveland in the past, just last week.
Okay.
And so we were talking about that, and that was really the extent of the conversation.
Okay. Did you ask him, hey, do you know if Jason was hurt?
No, he said, I hope that it's not somebody that you know, and I said, I hope not either. Do you know who it is? I didn't ask if he knew I didn't ask if it was Jason specifically, but I said, do you know who it was?
Okay.
And he said, no, nobody knows who it is.
Okay. And then after that, so you had this conversation. Did you continue your route?
A postal worker has been shot in the city where Jason works. She does not call Jason, does not text him, hangs up, and keeps driving her route.
It's Walter.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So, just talking about AJ, you said he's been a correctional officer, and of course, being a law enforcement officer, he has a gun. Have you ever shot a gun before?
Yes, multiple times.
Okay. When's the last time you've ever shot a gun before?
Over a year ago.
Okay. And whose gun was that?
It was one of his.
One of AJ's? Okay. How many guns does AJ have?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it more than one? You said guns, so I'm assuming you meant.
Yes, he has a few, but I don't know how many. I don't know how many he has.
Okay. So, what kind of guns are they?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with. I don't know that much about them.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can tell you.
When did you guys last go shoot? You said about a year ago?
For our friend anniversary last year, yes.
For your what?
Friend anniversary, like an anniversary for friends.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you remember what date that was then?
I don't. It was at the beginning of November.
Okay.
I don't know.
So sometime in November, where'd you guys go out shooting?
There's a place in Loveland.
Okay, like a gun?
Like a shooting range.
Like a shooting range. So you went there, and you said you had done it a few times before. Had you been with him a couple times before?
No, I'd been with an ex before.
With an ex-boyfriend? Okay. Do you have your own weapons? You don't have any guns or anything of your own? Okay. So he took you to shoot his gun. Was it a rifle or was it a pistol?
It was a rifle.
It was a rifle. Okay. Do you remember what kind of rifle it was?
No.
Did it look like a machine gun or like a hunting rifle?
I really couldn't tell you the difference. I don't
Okay.
hunt, so I don't know.
Okay. So when you were at the shooting range, you shot a rifle?
Yes.
Okay. And then you shot his pistol too?
No, I don't. I am only aware of the pistol that he has for his job.
Okay. So when you said he had multiple guns, you're not sure what all he has?
13 years with this man, every Wednesday at his house for years. She doesn't know how many guns he owns, where he keeps them, or the color of his service pistol. Each "I don't know" is a door being shut before anyone has tried to open it.
Shot residue stuff. So what happens when a gun is fired is like the person that fires it, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this before, like after you went to the range or anything, like your hands can get black. Did you ever have that on your hands? So I'm a law enforcement officer, so obviously I know. So my hands will get black and stuff from the lead and kind of the microscopic things. So it gets all over your clothes. So we always come home and shower afterwards. So if somebody shot a gun, then their clothes are most likely going to have, because it's basically a mini explosion that's like happening right in front of your face. So what's typically going to happen is there's going to be like flashback of like debris, for lack of better words. Like, I can't see it, you can't physically see it, but as soon as I put it under the microscope, they'll be able to see that. So, among some other things. So, they're going to have to take, at some point, your clothes to take a look at it to make sure we're tracking right. Would there be any reason when they put your clothes under a microscope, they're going to see any type of gunshot residue?
No.
Okay. You're 100% positive that they won't find any? Okay. And if they do, what would that mean?
Couldn't give you an answer for that.
Okay. So one of the other things that happens, especially in these types of things where it's like kind of closer range, like the other thing that happens is like there's microscopic like blood droplets that come back on people, and it kind of splatters your clothes too. So they're going to take a look for, is there going to be any reason that there's going to be any type of, because they're going to take a look at everything like your shoes, your socks, they have FBI labs here too. They can find, I'm sure you've seen like FBI files and all that kind of stuff too. They have labs that pretty much can, what they do is, you see how these shoes have like this really intricate weave?
Mm-hmm.
So they can actually go in there with different tools and technologies and find like blood droplets that you can't even see with the regular microscope. It's like a forensic microscope. So what they're going to do is they're going to take a look at that. So I think probably what they're going to find is some of Jason's blood on your shoes. Would you agree with that?
On my shoes?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with that.
Okay, how about on your clothes right here and on your pants?
Okay, not no. Ken just told her he expects to find Jason's blood on her shoes. She agrees with the framing.
You mind if I sit here? I don't want to invade your space, so I'll sit right here for you. Oh, so I don't know how familiar you are with the general area, but here's, you know Airport Road?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know Renaissance Drive?
I thought it was just a circle, but
Okay. So, so it happened in this general area,
Okay.
Renaissance Drive and Heather Hill Circle.
okay.
Okay. Are you familiar with that area?
Vaguely.
Okay. And one of the things I really need to ask you about, and I know you're probably nervous, and this is a stressful thing, but one of the things that we went out and did today, or the police department did, and they had a lot of help, is they pulled surveillance video from a lot of different locations in the area.
Yes.
They actually captured what happened on one of the surveillance videos.
That's what the detective said.
Okay.
Yes.
They also captured the vehicle that was involved on the surveillance footage. And they captured the license plate.
Okay.
And it was your vehicle that was over there.
That's what the officer said.
Yeah. So I need to find out, honestly, what happened today.
But that is also what
And-
the officer said.
Okay. But I need you to tell me, there's a big difference between something, and I'm sure you probably don't have a criminal history. I haven't even looked.
No, I do not.
But most of the people I deal with are people that have been arrested like 20, 25 times. They're out committing robberies of postal carriers. They're out doing lots of different things, okay? I don't think that's you. You know, these other people are people that, you know, all they do is live a life of crime. They're out planning crimes all day long, all night long, because they have a drug addiction. And that's primarily what drives them, okay? You do not look like the type of person that does drugs, am I correct?
No, I never have.
Never done drugs or anything like that. So you do not seem like the type of person to me. And again,
Ken just told her, not asked, that the shooting and her plate are both on tape. She doesn't say, "That's not my car." She says, "That's what the detective said." Acknowledgement, not denial.
I mean, it happened in the middle of the day. This isn't something that happened late at night. This is something that happened in the middle of the day. So you know what almost every house has these days? They have cameras. They have Ring cameras.
Right.
So we had your car over there. You already told me you're the only person that drives that vehicle.
I also told you I was at work, and nobody seems to believe that either. So
No, we understand that you are at work for part of the time. I believe that.
I didn't say that either.
Say what?
I didn't say part of the time. I said I was at work all of the time.
Okay. Well, we understand that you work today. Okay. I don't want to get into the mix with you. But what I am trying to ask you is this: your vehicle was over there where this happened at the time that it happened. We have witnesses and we have surveillance footage.
Right, and that's
we
the
always
thing that I said to the detective. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, you don't have an answer. You have like zero answer. How do you think something like that could happen?
I don't know, and that is where I asked the detective to speak to a lawyer.
Do you think somebody stole your car?
Again, I'm going to ask to speak to a lawyer if we're going to continue with this questioning. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay. So, let me make sure I'm clear with you. If we don't talk about the car, you're fine to continue to help me with Jason. But you don't want to talk about the car.
I don't want to talk about something that you are saying is incriminating me.
Okay.
When I did not do this.
I'm just saying that the vehicle was there.
And I just said I don't have a response for it. I don't have an answer. I don't know how to tell you that the car was there while I was at work in Loveland.
Okay. Well, if you're fine with it, can I show you a picture of the car that was there? Would you be comfortable with me doing that?
You can show me whatever you'd like. Like I said, I am asking for a lawyer to speak to for any further questioning.
Okay. So you don't want to talk to me anymore to help us with this at all?
I have helped.
I mean, it happened in the middle of the day. This isn't something that happened late at night. This is something that happened in the middle of the day. So you know what almost every house has these days? They have cameras. They have Ring cameras.
Right.
So we had your car over there. You already told me you're the only person that drives that vehicle.
I also told you I was at work, and nobody seems to believe that either. So.
No, we understand that you were at work for part of the time. I believe that.
I didn't say that either.
Say what?
I didn't say part of the time. I said I was at work all of the time.
Okay. Well, we understand that you work today. Okay. I don't want to get into the mix with you. But what I am trying to ask you is this: your vehicle was over there where this happened at the time that it happened. We have witnesses and we have surveillance footage.
Right, and that's
we
the
always
thing that I said to the detective. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, you don't have an answer. You have like zero answer. How do you think something like that could happen?
I don't know, and that is where I asked the detective to speak to a lawyer.
Do you think somebody stole your car?
Again, I'm going to ask to speak to a lawyer if we're going to continue with this questioning. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay. So, let me make sure I'm clear with you. If we don't talk about the car, you're fine to continue to help me with Jason. But you don't want to talk about the car.
I don't want to talk about something that you are saying is incriminating me.
Okay.
When I did not do this.
I'm just saying that the vehicle was there.
And I just said I don't have a response for it. I don't have an answer. I don't know how to tell you that the car was there while I was at work in Loveland.
Okay. Well, if you're fine with it, can I show you a picture of the car that was there? Would you be comfortable with me doing that?
You can show me whatever you'd like. Like I said, I am asking for a lawyer to speak to for any further questioning.
Okay. So you don't want to talk to me anymore to help us with this at all?
I have helped speak to for any further questioning.
Okay. So you don't want to talk to me anymore to help us with this at all?
I have helped.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we're clear. You don't want to talk to me anymore about this? You're seeking an invocation of your right to an attorney, which is fine. I just want to make sure we're absolutely clear, because before you weren't. I want to make sure, because it seemed like you were helping me, and we were working on it, and I'm trying to figure out, like, did somebody take your car or anything like that? So I don't want to.
Nothing to hide about my day because I was at work.
Okay.
So that's why I said I'm willing to give you the information that you are going to be having anyway when you contact whoever you contact at my job.
Okay.
It's all the information you're going to be getting.
Okay.
There is nothing being hidden. There's nothing else.
Okay. So if we don't talk about your car, do you want to continue this conversation, or are you done with the conversation?
There really isn't else to say. I've said my day. I've said what I needed to say. I don't see what other questions you would have.
Well, I'd like to know, who do you think?
That is the second time she has invoked. Watch how Ken handles it. She invokes selectively, a lawyer for the car, not a lawyer for the family. That is not how the Fifth Amendment works, but it tells Ken exactly which piece of evidence she scared her. He files that.
Today I've said what I needed to say. I don't see what other questions you would have.
Well, I'd like to know, who do you think would have done this to Jason?
I don't know who would have done this to Jason. I don't know his life anymore. I am no longer a part of it. He made that perfectly clear when he decided to, for lack of better words, sleep with my sister.
So I didn't know that. Okay. Can I talk to you about that, or do you want an attorney?
There's nothing to hide with that either, so I will answer questions about that.
Okay. You're okay answering questions about your sister?
Yes.
Are they dating?
They are
Or they're
together.
sleeping together?
They're definitely sleeping together in front of my son, which is how I found out. I'm a 5-year-old.
Okay. How old's your sister? Is she of age?
19. She
Really?
just turned 19.
Okay.
Not too
How old
long
are
ago.
you?
26.
So this is your younger sister?
Yes, this is my baby sister.
How many sisters do you have?
I have, well, there's 4 of us total.
4 of you total? Okay. So Jason was actually, how do you know he was? Because your son said it? Or?
I have, well, my son did say it, yes, and then when he just moved into a new apartment last month, I think, and he told me that she was going to be moving in with him. She had already been living there, but...
Okay. At the apartment complex, but not with him?
No, with him.
Okay.
She had been living with me at the beginning of this year until the end of June.
Okay.
And then I found out that she not only slept with my ex-boyfriend, but also with my son's dad.
Okay.
And I kicked her out, and I told her she was no longer allowed to live in my house if she was going to be that kind of person.
Okay. So not only did she sleep with Jason, but she slept with another ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Who was the other ex-boyfriend? Somebody you're still dating?
No.
Okay.
We have talked since that incident, but we have not dated.
Okay.
We will not date.
Rosa is alive. Devon already knows that. Devon's anger here is unrelated to whether her sister is hurt. It is the motive sitting upright on the table. The man who fathered her child was sleeping with her teenage sister in front of her child, 2 days before he was shot in the face. The motive has been said out loud and signed.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Do not move, okay?
Am I under arrest then?
We'll discuss that here in just a second. Does it feel okay? Nothing's pinching or anything like that?
No.
No, lock them so that they don't get any tighter. Have it handy. Thank you. Right, so you are under arrest, okay? So we're gonna take you downstairs. We are gonna get your clothing and we'll let you go to the bathroom down there, okay?
Am I gonna be told
Go ahead and step back.
what it is
Just a little bit.
for then?
Right this way.
She walks out in handcuffs. Down the hall, the rest of the case is being handed to detectives in real time by the man who tailed Jason's mail truck all morning so that Devon could find him.
Yeah.
How you doing, AJ?
Good, how are you?
You remember me, Chris Lucas, the postal inspector.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Detective Burke with Longmont PD. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you too. So first off, I know that we're at your place of work, so I imagine that they called you down here, so you probably don't exactly feel like you have a choice in being in this room right now since your bosses are all outside the door. Correct. So before I ask you any questions, why don't you go and have a seat? We'll go through this first part. Let me ask you this, do you have any weapons on you, any knives? Yeah, nothing like that, okay. So, first off, it doesn't even matter the reason we're here, just the circumstances, the fact that we're at your place of work. I don't want you to feel like you're being coerced into talking to us, all right? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to read you Miranda real quick, all right? Just to go through that. Do what?
Am I being arrested?
Right now? No. All right? Right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you, and I'm going to read it just to make sure that, you know, just that way I can show this document later on and say, hey, this is exactly what I read you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer prior to any questioning and have him present during any questioning. If you desire the presence of a lawyer and cannot afford to hire one, sorry, let me shut that off. If you desire the presence of a lawyer and cannot afford to hire one, the court will appoint one to represent you without charge. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements, all right? Do you understand your rights as I've just read them, okay? Having these rights in mind, all right, are you okay with me asking you some questions about some stuff that went on here this last week or so with Devon?
You can ask me questions while I'm playing to find.
Andrew Richie sits across from Postal Inspector Chris and Detective Burns at the BOP facility where he works. He is in uniform. His co-workers are in the hallway. He has read Miranda for a living. Now, Miranda is read to him. He's not, yet, waving. He signs. He is now legally on the clock.
Let's just kind of start with, you're at Hooters from like 12:30 to like 1:15. Is that about right?
I feel like it's later than that.
Okay.
Maybe that's right.
1:45.
I think it's 1:45. Yeah.
Okay. How did you get to Hooters?
Drove my truck.
Your truck? Okay. The black one, the one that was in the driveway? I think it's Silverado, right? Okay. So you drove your truck there.
I drove myself.
And you were on your phone? You had your phone with you there?
Correct.
Okay. So you remember being there on your phone, and it's your personal, the one that you gave to me, right? So is that, I mean, that makes sense. And that's your phone, and that's the one that I took, right? Okay. So you got there, you're there, you eat wings, hang out with your buddy Brandon?
Correct.
Okay. As we went through this, sorry, I didn't mean to bring that in. And so we were talking about multiple things that day with Devon and her timeline. One of the things she told me is that she drives like a Nissan Rogue or Murano.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember, like, if we showed you a picture of her car, would you remember what it looks like?
So this is her car on a license plate reader back
That's
in
her
May.
car.
All
That's her
right.
car. That's her car.
This is down.
Hooters from 12:30 to 1:45. That is exactly the window the shooting happened in. Hooters has cameras. Chris already knows which side of the alibi is true.
That's her car.
This is down at the scene, the neighborhood of the shooting. You can see the time, 12:06.
That's her car.
So originally you told us that she was up there at your house with you until 12:15 when you left to go to Hooters. Can you explain that? We're trying to verify Devon's timeline right now. That's the thing.
Yeah. She was not with me. Yeah, she wasn't with me before that. She came over to my house after I was done with Hooters. For about 10 minutes. For about 10 minutes. What happened when she got there? She just stopped, used the bathroom, got some water. Did she leave anything? No. Nothing at all? No, not unless it was in the bathroom. Did she change clothes? No, she was. Do you remember what she was wearing? Not specifically. I think I told you that night. It was a pair of pants and a t-shirt. Okay. I think the pants were dark, but I don't know what the t-shirt was. Okay. So let's kind of work the timeline.
10 minutes here, a very long time, from Devon next door. The GPS says 3 hours. They have not coordinated their stories. Each is lying alone.
I got this a little bigger here. Do you have any idea what that picture is right there?
Looks like GPS.
So those are phone signals coming from your phone down in the Longmont area in the same neighborhood as the shooting with location information for the mailman who was shot that morning. All right. So we know that you were in Longmont that morning, and I'm not asking that because of you. I'm just asking that to further verify whether or not you had any idea where Devon was at that time. You've already told me that you weren't with Devon at 12:15 like you had previously told us, all right? So the reason I'm showing you this is because we can show that you weren't with Devon, and you can't obviously verify where she was, right?
What else did you want to show me?
You got nothing to say about this? That's off your phone. 2 days before this happened. Can you explain that? You're a smart guy. I think you know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
So if you want to give us answers, now's the time to give them to us. These investigations move fast. You know that.
2 days earlier, AJ's phone pinged the same neighborhood, a scouting run. He is staring at his own GPS history, placing him on the murder block 48 hours before the murder. Chris stops asking questions. AJ talks anyway.
Move fast. You know that. We get this data fast. You only get a couple opportunities to give us explanations for what's going on. We're trying to find the truth.
So her and I were talking in the morning when I dropped her off at my house, and I didn't necessarily think too much of it. I thought that we were going to fool around after she got off, and because we had done that in the past. After she had gotten to work, or on her way to work, she had called me and told me that she had decided that that was what she thought needed to happen. And she had told me that she had thought about doing this before. Actually, 3 days prior to that, she told me that she was going to do this, and I talked her out of it. So, at that night, she was going to do it at his apartment in the middle of the night. I talked her out of it. I had to go over there and do it face to face, but she didn't do it that night. This morning she told me that she was going to do it, and she told me that she had already had everything that she needed to make it happen, and I tried to talk her out of it. Then she went to work and told me that there was no talking her out of it. So after talking to her, and she's mentioned it in the past, and she has talked about his route because she knows the Longmont routes. So I went out there, I knew his route number, I found him, and I continued to stay on the phone with her to try to tell her, to try to talk her out of it. But I thought that she was going to go there a lot earlier than that. I thought that if I would see her, I could stop her. She kept talking to me and never showed up there. I guess she was casing at the time. So eventually she told me, you know what, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it. It's fine. I'm going to go back to work. And she hung up the phone with me. At that point in time, I stopped over at his truck and I told him that he should watch out for her because I think she's planning on doing something. I don't think he remembered who I was because he said, what? He just looked at me and goes, what? And I was like, Devin, I said, she's unstable right now and I think that she's going to do something stupid. And he said, I'm not scared of that bitch. And I said, okay. And I left. And at that time I drove home.
Where was that at? Where did that conversation take place?
I don't remember the road. It was on the long straight road.
In Longmont?
Yeah. It was on his route. It was while he was telling her.
How long did that conversation take? How long were you there with him?
Not even.
That is the case, on tape, in one breath. He has told a federal postal inspector he knew Devon was going to kill Jason, drove to Jason's route, found him by his route number, stayed on the phone with her while she got into position, and warned Jason. Jason's last conversation with another human being was AJ telling him his ex was going to hurt him. I'm not scared of that bitch. Then AJ left. Devon shot Jason 5 times. 3 hit his face.
You tell us the truth, everything that's happened.
I just did. That's
So,
the truth.
so explain this picture to me. Explain this picture right here in the middle. What's the conversation around that?
So that was the 3 days prior when she told me that she was going to go over there in the middle of the night. And I told her not to. Originally, her plan was she was going to take out Jason, Rosa, and herself. And I begged her not to. I obviously played on the don't take out yourself thing because I can't live without you. And I can't live without you. But I was successful in not getting her to do it that night. I don't know. Part of me felt like she would do it eventually, but part of me thought that maybe she wouldn't.
Did you ever think about calling the police? Saying, hey, this is what's going on?
She's been in this custody battle with him for 5 years, and it's not the first time. Like, she's mentioned it multiple times over 5 years, but she's never done it. So, obviously it's a serious thing. It was also just kind of banter. Like, anytime she was mad at him, it was he needs to go. Like, I need to.
The original plan, 3 days earlier, was a triple murder-suicide. Jason, Rosa, Devon herself. AJ heard it. He talked her into postponing it. He did not call the police, did not warn Jason, did not warn Rosa. He kept the affair, kept his marriage, and let 3 days pass.
What do you think should happen to someone who shoots somebody?
It's tough. I've always been a knife for an eye type of person. But in this case, my feelings about that person are...
I can't hear you, man.
My feelings about that person are different, so...
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what she's going to get.
What about the people that help her?
I mean,
What should happen to them?
I didn't help her.
I didn't say that.
But a lot of things that she had help in this. She knew was around.
He answered the wrong question. Detective Burns asked, what should happen to the people who help? AJ heard the question as, are you one of them? And he answered, I didn't help her. That is, in legal terms, a denial offered in response to a question that was not yet about him. He has just put his own name on the suspect list, out loud, on tape, unprompted.
Anytime she was mad at him, it was he needs to go. Like, I need to do that. Usually play it off, or sometimes I play along a little bit and be like, yeah, he is a fucking asshole. But never thought that she'd actually do it.
Even with all the text messages and you have to go over there, and you never thought she'd do it.
She's also told her to for herself 1 million times, and she won't get that.
Okay. And then you never contacted. Did you talk to your buddies about it and Cougars, or none of those guys know?
No, they didn't even know I was having an affair.
Okay. Do they know your wife? And so it was one of those things you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. So you never told anybody about it. Okay. And just kind of going back a little bit, you're following the carrier around to warn him?
No, I'm following him around because I thought if I saw her, then I'd
stop her. Okay. Okay. How come in a rideshare vehicle as opposed to your truck?
That's just what I had at the time. Okay. Sometimes when I use the rideshare vehicle, I just leave my truck at my buddy's house. So that way, if I take one over there, then I drive the other one back.
Okay. Yeah. Can you use that for something other than work or?
Yeah, well, as the coordinator, we get it for 250 personal miles.
AJ is trying to sell 5 years of murder talk as banter. Chris has the phone records, the texts, AJ's purchase history, and the BOP rental car GPS. Every story has to thread a hole in the evidence, and most don't fit. If he had been begging her not to murder Jason, there would be one text, one voicemail. There is none. Only 2 days of phone calls while she scouts, plans, and executes. He is talking. The talking is not exonerating him.
Work or?
Yeah, well, as the coordinator, we get it for 250 personal miles.
Okay. All right. I just want to kind of go through that. I mean, one of the big questions I want to ask, and then, I mean, at some point I'll shut up. I'm sorry, but it's fine. Is
I've accepted over the last few days that I guess the first night I was still kind of in shock.
that's kind of why you told me what you told me. Did you think about calling me the next day or the day after?
Yeah, I was advised not to. My attorney.
By your wife or what?
No, I've retained an actual attorney.
Okay.
Like an actual criminal attorney. She's an attorney, but
Right. No, I got you. We talked about that Wednesday night. So I just, it's important. I mean, this is kind of your opportunity to talk to us. And so if there's anything else you want to go, do you have any other questions?
Why don't we have your phone? We got your phone records. We have her phone records. If this has happened multiple times where she said that she's going to do this or she needs to do this, why don't we see any text of you telling her not to do this if you've begged and pleaded for her not to so many times?
Usually I talk to her, I talk. I guess I don't text all the time. I talk. It's just what I
There's no documentation of you actually trying to calm her down from going to kill him, even though this has happened multiple times.
I mean, she never told me on text that she was going to do it either. Just be through talking.
I'm just trying to find stuff that's going to help you at this point, because you gotta understand, you're telling me that, but I don't have evidence of that. Does that make sense?
Right.
It seems to me we have evidence of all this other stuff.
AJ owns multiple firearms. Devon owns none. The math of where the murder weapon came from has one answer, and it walks into AJ's house every Wednesday on his day off.
Now I ask you real quick, so where'd the gun come from? The only information that we have that when she ever did any shooting was with you.
I'm only shooting once. And we shot at 22.
Where at? Liberty. So you never gave her a gun. You never gave her ammunition, never gave her a gun, never shot anything other than a 22 with her. When she was at your house, she didn't leave anything.
Not to know, she just went to the bathroom and then I gave her the water bottle and she left.
Okay. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
No conversation about Jason.
Where did the gun come from?
I have no idea. I assume it happened outside, but I don't know whose it is.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this, okay? And I think you understand why. All right? I don't think it's hard to come to the conclusion that I'm having a hard time coming to terms with your story right now. What purchases did you make that day? Sure.
No, I don't mean that. I mean my firearms. If you catalog all my firearms, I can check them all against FFLs.
Okay.
If that's what you're implying, that it's mine, it's not mine.
I'm trying to figure out. There's no way.
Burns asked about purchases. AJ answered with firearms. Same tell as before. He answered the question he is afraid of, not the question that was asked. Detective Burns takes a turn. He has been waiting. He is going to ask the questions Inspector Chris has been steering around.
But that was just like banter. It wasn't. it wasn't like for real, like I have everything I need, I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
It was just like, he pisses me off, or he did this, or we had this run in today, or something happened that she would just be like, I'm so pissed off, like, and then she'd make whatever comment she made about it. It wasn't always killing him. Sometimes it was hurting him. Sometimes it was running away, just disappearing. It was a whole bunch of different things.
But not something that you had to talk her down for until this incident.
Until 3 days prior, she said she was just going to go over there in the middle of the night, and everybody was going to go.
Okay.
And that's the one I talked her down from. That was the first time that, like, that's when I realized that's when she showed me that she had stuff, or that she had her outfit.
You're a correctional officer.
Correct.
I imagine you got a lot of buddies in law enforcement.
Correct.
Okay.
A lot of them work out. I was just telling them.
So, you know that she wants to kill this guy. So much so to the extent that you go down to where his mail route is to keep an eye on him just in case she shows up so that you can confront her.
Correct.
She tells you over the phone that she's done, it's passed, I'm not going to do it, which you found odd. But you still hung up the phone, just told him, hey, look out, and took off.
So when I took her that morning, I took her to the post office. That's when she told me that that was going to be the day.
Yeah.
She was never, like, so specific like that. And she said, I already have everything I need. And I said, what are you talking about? And she's like, I have everything I need. I can do it today. She never told me what she had. She never told me what she needed. She didn't tell me any of that stuff. She was, like, the way that she was saying it.
Yeah.
It was obvious that it has escalated to being actual serious problem. And 3 days prior to that is when she sent me the picture.
Okay. But you didn't feel like it was serious enough to notify the police, say, hey, she's going to kill this guy. Why didn't you tell anyone?
It's 2020, but I thought I could talk her down again.
He showed me she had her outfit. 3 days before the murder, Devon had laid out the outfit she was going to wear. She showed it to him. He was a correctional officer with a Rolodex of cops. He made one call to the man she was going to kill for 15 seconds, then drove to a Hooters and ordered wings.
She doesn't usually do it.
She doesn't do that, right? So you knew the thought was still in her head.
I 100% knew the thought was still in her head.
Okay.
I thought,
yeah, you still hung up the phone.
It was going to be right then. I didn't know that that's what hanging up on me meant.
Right.
I thought she was going to go back to her route for the day. She'd finish it off. We'd continue this on later on. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I didn't know that she was going to. That's what hanging up.
So you knew she was still thinking about it. You went in the conversation with her. You drive by him and have a quick little 15-second conversation with him. Please remind me, what did you say to him?
I just told him, I said, hey, you need to look out for Devon. Like, I'm worried that she's going to do something stupid. And he goes, what? And, like, looked at me like I don't think he recognized who I was. I think he was confused because I mentioned her name.
Okay.
And I said, Devon, I think she's unstable and she might do something to you. And he was like, I'm not afraid of that bitch. And I said, okay, man.
Done all that you can do at that point.
I mean,
and you went to Hooters and had lunch.
Like I said, I thought that she went back to her route. I gave him his warning. Like I said, 3 days prior, she had talked about middle of the night. I was still planning on doing my part, trying to get her to realize that that's not a rational of dealing with things.
Okay. I
thought that I was successful at the time, and I wasn't. And she knew that I wasn't going to be okay with it. That's not who I am.
And yet you had to go down there and find him and warn him in person because you didn't know what she was going to do.
I didn't originally intend on warning him.
You were just going to follow him for 3 hours like a stalker?
That's how it looks. That wasn't the intention, but yeah.
Because you didn't know
that
she was going to go do that.
Show up.
So either you did take her seriously or you didn't take her seriously. It's one or the other.
I already told you I took her seriously enough that I stayed on the phone with her and tried to convince her that these are not good options. These are not good ideas and solutions to her problem.
Okay. Now, do you understand where I'm getting the conflicting ideas here?
And I told him the same thing. I understand. I work I work in a career where I do investigating stuff that goes on here, and I get what you're seeing, and I get why you're thinking what you think. I totally understand. That's why I pretty much already understand where everything's going to go. I know that I didn't do that on purpose, and I know that the evidence doesn't necessarily say otherwise. But I also know that I've never been complicit with it, and I've never told her that I want her to do it, and I've never been okay with it. So, you know, I like I said, I know the stuff that's on.
You just helped her cover it up afterwards by not telling anybody and by lying about it.
I
Think about what you say here,
I did,
because I already know the answers you gave that man the other day.
correct. I did lie to him about the stuff so that I could try to cover up my marriage or my affair to save my marriage.
And in doing so, you covered up
But
Devon.
my intention was not to try to alter or cover up.
But that's what you did. That's exactly what your lies did. Do you understand that?
I understand what you're saying. That's my answer.
Do you have any more questions?
I don't.
Okay. All right, you're under arrest. Go ahead and stand up. Place your hands behind your back.
Is it possible?
He asks if they can do the arrest outside in the parking lot, not because he is innocent, because his coworkers are in the hallway. He has spent 6 years putting handcuffs on other people in that exact uniform and does not want to do the walk of shame in front of them. They cuff him in the room. Devon Schriener was convicted of first-degree murder. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Andrew Richie was tried separately, and the jury found him guilty. He received the same sentence as the woman who pulled the trigger, life in prison without the possibility of parole. Jason Schaer's son turned 6 the week after his father was buried in his postal uniform. If this is the kind of analysis you came here for, subscribing means you'll see the next one.